from the franchise. To the AFC now, guys. Expectations remain high for the Bills, who report to training camp today. Josh Allen coming off his first MVP season, but failed to get his team to the Super Bowl once again. The Bills lost to the Chiefs in the conference championship, making it the fourth time in the last 5 seasons they failed to get by Kansas City. Buffalo's hoping this is the year that they can get over the hump. Now, with that in mind, the Bills had a busy offseason. While they have lost the likes of Von Miller, Mac Hollins, they added some key players to the team, such as Joey Bosa, Joshua Palmer, Tre'Davious White. Canty, tell me this. Does Josh Allen have to have an MVP caliber season for the Bills to go on a deep playoff run?
No, because the guy that Josh Allen is trying to catch and everybody else in the AFC is Patrick Mahomes. And Patrick Mahomes, over the last 2 years, hasn't eclipsed 30 total touchdowns. So those haven't been MVP-esque seasons yet. Patrick Mahomes went 15-1 as a starter in the regular season and got his team to the Super Bowl and on the doorstep of being able to win 3 straight Super Bowls. So the thing that Patrick Mahomes has figured out is that being able to control the complexion of the game is better than putting up empty calorie stats. In the Buffalo Bills, scoring points has never been an issue with that offense. Quite frankly, their issues last year weren't on the offensive side of the ball. It was the defense. And the front office, Brandon Beane has done a phenomenal job this offseason at being able to address that. They went out and they got Joey Bosa amongst other free agents. Their first 4 draft picks were on the defensive side of the ball this year, including Maxwell Harrison in their secondary. So I think the improvement that we're going to see from the Buffalo Bills is going to come through Josh Allen learning how to control the football game, the complexion of the game better as he's getting older in his career.
The other thing the Buffalo Bills did this offseason, we're talking about the Dallas Cowboys, is they re-signed a number of their young players that they identified as core players, want to keep around. Christian Benford, extension. Kyer Elam at wide receiver, extension. They extended a whole bunch of their, Josh Allen, they gave more money to. They sought out their players, and they're keeping their, they're keeping everybody. They're getting out in front of it. They're paying these guys early so they have more flexibility to go take a swing on a guy like a Joey Bosa as they did.
That's an interesting That's an interesting concept.
That's crazy.
Right?
Josh Allen, like I said about Lamar, every year he's facing a ton of pressure now. Now, the difference is he has played some of his best football in the playoffs. So that's different from Lamar. So I'm going to go with McDermott because if they, let's say they have the next season ends almost exactly like this past season did. You're not getting rid of Josh Allen. You stick with Josh Allen, but at some point, they may feel like, even if your coach is good and McDermott is good, sometimes it's like when we keep getting close, but we can't get over the hump. We just saw it with the Knicks and Tom Thibodeau, whether you agree with it or not. Like, this is what happened. Andy Reid, now I know his last year there in Philly was bad,
Tony
but
Dungy
he kept getting close. Yes. Even go to John Elway, Dan Reeves was a really good coach. And they got moved on from him, had Wade Phillips, and then Mike Shanahan comes in. So you're never getting rid of your franchise quarterback if he's that good. So the coach, even if he's good, and McDermott's done a very good job. But at some point, they may be like, we got to look at the culture. We got to look at and
this is the cruelty of the gig, or we just can't keep doing the same thing.
Yeah.
And so to Chadia's point, here's the numbers, because this is the Bills defense has been the opposite of the early Spags Chiefs defenses, where they were bad in the regular season and then stepped up in the playoffs. The Bills defense is excellent every regular season.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the crucible of NFL dreams, where hope clashes with heartbreak, and one team stands on the precipice of glory or despair. The Buffalo Bills report to training camp today at St. John Fisher University. Carrying the weight of a city's longing and a franchise's unfulfilled destiny, for 32 years, Buffalo has chased the elusive Super Bowl, only to be stopped cold 4 times in the 92nd, and now, 4 times in the last 5 years, by the Kansas City Chiefs and their untouchable maestro, Patrick Mahomes. Last season, Josh Allen, the reigning NFL MVP, led the Bills to a 13-4 record, torching defenses with 3,731 passing yards, 28 touchdowns, and a career-low 6 interceptions. Yet, in the AFC Championship, Mahomes and the Chiefs struck again, a gut-wrenching 32-29 defeat that left Bills Mafia in agony. This is no longer just a game, it's a vendetta. Can the Bills finally break through in 2025? Or will they crumble under the pressure once more? But what's fueling this team's fire? Let's dive into the seismic offseason moves that could redefine Buffalo's fate. The Bills' offense has never been the problem, scoring a franchise record 525 points in 2024. They were a juggernaut. But their defense, a crumbling wall when it mattered most. In the playoffs, Sean McDermott's unit allowed a staggering 33 points per game in losses, compared to Kansas City's 25 points against everyone else. Unacceptable. Enter General Manager Brandon Beane, a mastermind who's rebuilt this defense with surgical precision. The crown jewel, Joey Bosa, signed for $12.6 million, a pass-rushing titan with 72 career sacks. Though his calf injury raises red flags, then there's the draft. 4 defensive picks in the first 4 rounds, including Kentucky's Maxwell Hairston, a lockdown cornerback poised to battle veteran Tre'Davious White for a starting spot. And don't sleep on day 3 Steele Deone Walker, a 6'7", 331-pound beast who obliterated the Giants' offensive line in the preseason, posting a 92.8 PFF grade in just 15 snaps. This isn't just a rebuild, it's a declaration of war on Patrick Mahomes. But will it hold up when the stakes are sky high? A fortified defense is only half the equation. Can Josh Allen evolve from MVP to game-controlling legend? Let's find out. Josh Allen is a force of nature, 6'5", a cannon arm, and legs that churn out 531 rushing yards like it's nothing. Bill Simmons calls him the NFL's best quarterback, saying, "He makes chicken salad out of chicken ST." But here's the cold truth. Allen's 41 total touchdowns in 2024 couldn't outduel Patrick Mahomes, who's won Super Bowls with just 30 touchdowns in a season. Why? Mahomes controls the game's tempo, bending defenses to his will without chasing stats. Allen's learning that lesson. In 2025, he's honing his pre-snap reads, syncing his eyes and feet with Coach Chris Hess's biometric mapping. Training camp footage shows him dissecting coverages with surgical precision, a sign he's evolving into Josh Allen too. Ling. Yet, the shadow of Mahomes looms large, 15-1 as a starter last year. 3 Super Bowl MVPs, and a knack for breaking Buffalo's heart. Allen doesn't need another MVP. He needs to outsmart the Chiefs when it counts. The question isn't talent, it's whether he can master the art of winning the big one. Allen's growth is critical, but he's not alone. Let's meet the young guns ready to elevate Buffalo's offense. The Bills' offense thrives on "everybody eats," a mantra from coordinator Joe Brady that saw 13 players catch touchdowns in 2024. But for Buffalo to soar, their young stars must shine brighter. Enter Keon Coleman, the 6'4" second-year receiver who called his rookie season trash after a wrist injury sidelined him. Against the Giants, he flashed his potential, hauling in a 58-yard bomb. Josh Allen raves, "If teams play post-high, we've got an absolute beater one-on-one." Then there's Dalton Kincaid, the tight end whose 73 catches as a rookie set a franchise record, only to battle injuries in 2024. He's bulked up, ready to reclaim his spot as a top-tier target. But the real drama, James Cook, the running back who tied for the NFL lead with 16 rushing touchdowns, is holding out for a $15 million per year deal. His absence gave Ty Johnson a chance to shine, stiff-arming Giants defenders for 26 yards on 3 carries. Will Cook's contract saga disrupt Buffalo's chemistry? Or will these young weapons propel them past the Chiefs? Young talent is rising, but the pressure's on the sidelines. Is Sean McDermott the key or the obstacle? Sean McDermott has built a powerhouse, 7 straight 10-win seasons, a 13-4 record in 2024, and an AFC East dynasty, yet the whispers grow louder. Is he the reason Buffalo can't break through? Like Andy Reid in Philadelphia or Tony Dungy in Indianapolis, McDermott's a great coach who keeps falling short. The Bills' defense, a regular season juggernaut, collapses in the playoffs, allowing 33 points per game in losses. Compare that to Steve Spagnuolo's Chiefs, who tighten the screws when it matters most. McDermott's job isn't on the line yet. But as ESPN's Seth Walder predicts a 2027 Super Bowl for Buffalo, the clock is ticking. If 2025 ends in another Chiefs heartbreak, will Brandon Beane look to a new voice to push this team over the hump? The stakes have never been higher, and Bills Mafia is restless. This training camp isn't just about reps. It's about proving McDermott can slay the dragon. As McDermott faces the heat, let's spotlight the unsung heroes fighting for a roster spot. While the stars grab headlines, the Bills' depth players are making noise. In their 34-25 preseason loss to the Giants, the score didn't matter, but the performances did. Deone Walker, the rookie defensive tackle, dominated with a 92.8 PFF grade, collapsing pockets like a veteran. Ty Johnson, the third-string running back, bulldozed for 26 yards, proving he's more than a backup. And Tyrell Shavers, the 6'4 receiver, turned heads with a 58-yard catch, screaming for a roster spot. These underdogs are the heartbeat of Buffalo's depth, and their fight in training camp could be the X factor against Kansas City. The Bills aren't just building a team, they're forging a legacy. From rookies to veterans, the Bills are all in for 2025. But will it be enough to end the drought? Stay tuned. The Buffalo Bills stand at a crossroads. Josh Allen, the NFL's best quarterback, is ready to evolve. A revamped defense, led by Joey Bosa and rookies like Deone Walker, is built to stop Patrick Mahomes. Young stars like Keon Coleman and Dalton Kincaid are poised to explode, but the ghosts of 4 Super Bowl losses and 4 Chiefs defeats haunt this franchise. ESPN predicts a 2027 triumph, but Bills Mafia can't wait that long. Training Camp 2025 is where it all begins. A grueling, emotional journey to rewrite history. Will Buffalo finally hoist the Lombardi Trophy? Or will Mahomes and the Chiefs crush their dreams again? The answer lies in the sweat, the heart, and the fire of this team. Let's go, Buffalo.